I want to thank the Senator for Rhode Island, not only for his important remarks today, but for the work he has been doing for years to protect and defend Social Security. Let's be clear about a number of facts. When people jump up and they say Social Security is going broke, not quite true. As Senator Whitehouse indicated, Social Security can pay out every benefit owed to every eligible American for the next 18 years. When other people jump up and say, well, Social Security is contributing to the deficit, also not quite accurate, because as everybody knows, Social Security is funded by the payroll tax, an independent source of revenue for Social Security. Now, the fact is that for many, many years, in a variety of ways, my Republican colleagues have been attempting to either cut Social Security or, in the extreme case, privatize Social Security and force Americans to go to Wall Street for their retirement benefits. And while this budget does not include a provision to cut Social Security, what I will say is, if my memory is correct, that in 3 out of the 4 hearings held by the Budget Committee, there were Republican representatives, people who were asked to testify, who did talk about various ways to cut Social Security. So what this amendment does is it establishes a deficit-neutral reserve fund, a budget point of order. It establishes a budget point of order which prevents benefit cuts, a raise in the retirement age, or the privatization of Social Security benefits. That is what it does. Now, you're going to hear a lot of people coming up here and saying, well, we want to preserve Social Security. What they really mean is, in order to preserve Social Security, they want to cut Social Security benefits, maybe not for the people today on Social Security, but for future beneficiaries. And they say, well, that's the only way we can protect Social Security. Well, that is not accurate. Mr. President, I introduced legislation which, in fact, makes Social Security not only solvent until the year 2065, 50 years from today, but also expands benefits. And we do that by saying that it is currently really absurd that a multimillionaire is paying the same amount of money into the Social Security Trust Fund as somebody making $118,000. There are some people who are paying all of their very, very wealthy people who are paying all of their Social Security taxes in the first day or two of the year. So right now you have a situation where millions of people in this country depend upon Social Security, people who are getting benefits of $12,000, $13,000, $14,000 a year. That is how they are living. Those benefits should not be cut. And when you talk about a so-called chain CPI, which cuts COLAs for seniors and disabled vets, what you are talking about is cutting Social Security benefits for an average 65-year-old by more than $658 a year by the time that person reaches 75, and a cut of more than $1,100 a year by the time that person reaches 85 years a year. Those are very significant cuts for people who are trying to live on $13,000 or $14,000 a year. So here is the argument. Is Social Security important? Obviously it is. As the middle class continues to decline, Social Security is enormously important for the elderly and the disabled people of this country. Point number 2, do we have to cut benefits in order to save Social Security? And the answer is obviously yes, but we're back to the same old question that we debate all day here. Our Republican friends seem absolutely determined not to ask the wealthiest people in this country, who are doing phenomenally well, to contribute to the well-being of the American people. That's this overall budget. But on the issue of Social Security, what we have got to do is raise the cap, which is now at $118,000. And if we do that, it's starting at $250,000. Just doing that will enable us to expand Social Security to the year 2065 and expand benefits for lower-income seniors. So this point of order is enormously important. What it says is that there will be a need for 60 votes for any effort to cut Social Security, to raise the retirement age. There are some people, I don't know what world they're living in, who come forward and say, well, maybe let's raise Social Security retirement age to 70. Let's have people out there working at 68, 69, 70 years of age. Let's force them to keep working before they get their benefits. My God, that is a horrendous idea. Or let's cut COLAs, cost of living adjustments for disabled vets. What a terrible idea. So there is a way to extend Social Security for many decades, to expand benefits. And what this amendment says is, do not cut Social Security. Now, I think a number of my Republican friends will say, well, we're not going to cut Social Security for anybody on Social Security today. Not good enough. There are people out there who are 50, 55, 60, 63, 64, who want to know that the benefits they get are the benefits that they will be able to live on. Don't cut benefits for working people. And that is what this amendment is, very important amendment, is about.